Hola, buenas tardes a todos.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Angel Garcia.
¿Sí me pueden escuchar bien,
Can
verdad?
you hear me, everybody?
Sí. Bueno, okay.
Okay.
Buenas tardes. Mi
Good
nombre es
afternoon.
Ángel García,
My name is
analista
Angel
principal de
Garcia,
administración aquí en la
and
ciudad
I am
de Fillmore.
in
Quiero agradecerles
the
para
Assistant
asistir al
City
Bureau
Manager.
de Recursos de Inmigración de Fillmore y
And
darles
this
un
is the
cordial
Fillmore Immigration
bienvenida
Resources.
a nuestra hermosa
Welcome
ciudad de
to our
Fillmore.
beautiful
Antes de
city of
comenzar nuestro
Fillmore.
programa, me
Before
gustaría
we
presentar a
begin our
nuestras
program, I would like
intérpretes,
to
Yvonne y
introduce
Nancy,
our
para que
interpreters,
puedan
Nancy and
hacer sus
Yvonne,
anuncios.
so they could do that. Sí, muy buenas tardes. Si necesitan interpretación simultánea cuando sea en inglés, tenemos los aparatos que están a la entrada y pueden escucharlo simultáneamente.
Gracias. Antes de continuar, quisiera compartir
Before we continue, I would like to share important information. This forum is being transmitted live through YouTube and our Facebook page. The organization is going to be available in our YouTube channel. And when it comes to the program, I will present the presenters, which they will be presenting. And at the end of each presentation, we will have 5 minutes for questions and answers. I ask you your questions be brief so we could ensure to have a smooth transition for the next presentation. To begin, I would like to welcome our mayor, Cristina Villaseñor, and she will speak to you.
Gracias, Ángel. Buenas tardes.
Good afternoon. My name is Cristina Villaseñor, and I am the current mayor. And I want to welcome the community of Fillmore and the presenters, that everybody's here reunited at the City Hall, and everybody else that is following us in the social media, and whoever is going to be watching this presentation in the future. Thank you for coming this evening and for your interest in this event to inform and empower our immigrant families with resources, vital resources during these difficult times and stressful times. Before I continue, I would like to recognize and thank Angel Garcia. He is the principal analyst in the city of Fillmore with all his work that he does for the city. And I thank all the organizations that are present, our presenters, to dedicate the time to inform and empower our residents in Fillmore. Thank you. Part of our values, our fundamental values as a city, it's the trust and transparency through the communication and the participation from all the residents. This is all an effort, common effort. We understand this is a very stressful times, even desperation for all the members of our community. We understand that the information that we're going to provide is not going to take all those feelings away. But our main goal is that this workshop will help you to understand, to better understand what resources are available for the community in the county to help you and your families to overcome these difficult times. It's important for us to, as a city, to consider that our most important role is to put out all the information, the community, everything that is being offered to the community. Organize forums like this one, and to provide information in promoting between all of our residents. Us, in the city of Fillmore, we are not the providers of the services. Our lawyer, from the city, does not provide the services. Our lawyer, he brings to the city and city hall. But also, we would like to assure you, our dear residents, the city of Fillmore does not collaborate with ICE or national security. We do not share information with them. our department, a police department that is hired from the sheriff department from Ventura County, does not collaborate with or nor share information.
Estamos aquí para
We are here to serve you, our valuable residents, and we thank you again, your trust,
conectarlos con
to connect you with these resources, these vital resources. Our main goal is to be in contact with you, to receive your comments, your suggestions, and to be better and better in the way we serve you. Thank you for everything.
Gracias, Alcaldesa.
Thank you, Mayor. And I would like to present our our city administrator. Thank you, Angel. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for being here. My name is Erika Manteriquez, and I am the manager of the city. And it's a pleasure to be here in the forum with these resources in collaboration with all the organizations. No, because it's in. And we thank you to each of you that are present to dedicate the time and to share important information and valuable information with our community and our residents. And I just want to remind you that this presentation today, it is not legal advice. Our purpose is to provide a space for all the residents and give you all the information so all the organizations, not that special agencies, could provide you this information that is so valuable and guide you through. And in the name of the City of Fillmore, thank you for participating and your trust and all the work from all the organizations that are present tonight. And we hope that this session helps you to know the services that are available, and we continue strengthening our community. Thank you, and I hope you find this information valuable.
Gracias, Erika.
Thank you, Erika. And now, to start the program, I would like to present you immigration attorney, and she's gonna share our information that know your rights. Hello, good afternoon. Thank you so much for the invitation. My name is Vanessa Frank, and I made my presentation in English, so I will leave it in English, and I'm gonna have to translate it one day. But today, on the screens, it's gonna be in English, and I will be speaking in Spanish. So I apologize to whoever wants to read it in Spanish, and whoever wants to listen in English. Sorry. I'm immigration attorney, and I came to briefly speak about what are the resources, what is immigration, and what are the resources, thank you, what are the resources in the community, and what are our rights or our obligations as a city. And the purpose is to work together to better serve the community. We work together, and each of you put effort, then everything is going to be better. And that is my purpose. And you have my biography. I am an immigration attorney, Stanford for university, and I'm both times. And I've been living here for 20 years in Oxnard. I've lived in Oxnard, but it's always a pleasure to be here in Santa Clara Valley, Piru, Fillmore. I have a great interest in this beautiful community, and I've been working for 17 years in my own firm for the last 17 years, next to the support of MyCop, and I'm here to do their job for all the community. So thank you very much. And this part is very brief. Well, it's the history of immigration in this country to remind us that this country, it's always been a country of immigrants. Uh, Even I was born in Los Angeles, but my family, they're immigrants, and we came from Mexico, Ucrania, from different places. Both places of my family, so we came to look for a better life. And my ancestors, my great grandparents, great great grandparents, they came to this country. They were always looking for a better life, to study, to live in a place with no corruption, to put the best effort, with their own effort, have a better life. And I think that's what I see every single day when I talk to my clients, when I talk to the community. These are families. They came with the same purpose. So we could see the history that history is being looking to bring people from other places for labor, but then not very interested in to give the same rights. So it's a battle. It's always a battle to respect the people from other countries. So the question is, why can't folks just not be citizens? Why do we have undocumented people? Why are they immigrants? Well, immigrants, we know that they come to work, but to come, why can't we just apply for papers? Yeah. And I wish it would be this easy. I wish it was just a matter of just going to the office and go to the board and be like, oh yeah, fill out the paperwork and be resident or citizen. Nope, it's not like that. It's more complicated, and it's always more complicated. So I want to reinforce that the undocumented people don't have the same rights. They don't have the right to be present here. And whenever we think about that, and we take the time, how does that feel to be in a place, live here? You have your home, maybe your board, your job, your family, and knowing that our fundamental ground is not there. We don't have the right to be here. And it's just funny because who does this belong to? This this part of Earth. That would be hard, too difficult to think about that. Not to have the ground under me, not to feel grounded. That nobody's gonna take me out from here. Nope. People from without documents, they don't have the luxuries to know that. And people without documents, they don't qualify for any federal services, like scholarships, or IRS refund. None of those benefits they could enjoy. And even though the people that don't have documents, they are subject to the same laws, the criminal laws, the taxes, the state laws, the local laws. So undocumented people, they still comply with all the law. And sometimes we get confused about this because sometimes in the politics you hear, oh, undocumented people, they're committing crimes. Like a person that commits a crime could say and go to the police and be like, oh, what happened here? Oh, I robbed a bank. Oh, you have papers? No. Oh, okay. So then, come on, you could go ahead. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, no, it doesn't work that way. If an undocumented person commits a crime, you get arrested too. It's just not that deep. It's a basic. Any person that commits a crime is going to be arrested. So the idea is that the undocumented person not only is arrested by the local law and the process, uh, but also there's also other punishment that probably take him out of the country, separate from the families, take him out of their home. That's the second punishment that does not apply to whoever does have documents. So we have to keep that in mind. And lastly, people without documents, they cannot work legally. they cannot get out of the country and come in. So we have people that haven't seen their family, their partner, their wife, husband, 10, 20 years. I have clients, they haven't seen their family in 35 years. It's a lifetime. And so the statistics said we have 10.6 million immigrants and 2.7 million undocumented. So not every immigrant is undocumented, right? So being immigrant doesn't mean that we don't have papers. There's a lot of different immigrants. Immigrant is a person from another country, just easy as that. Undocumented is something different. And Ventura County, we have the majority, they've been living here over 10 years. This is not people that just got here. This is people that have been here in our community building a life. And if you see the statistics, where they're working, agriculture and hospitality, restaurants, hotels, factory, construction, those are the industry. So those are the same industry that the Ventura County has. So they are the economy of this county. And I'm talking about the undocumented people. They work in these industries in our county. So this is another graph to show the differences between citizens, resident, people with asylum with DACA, or without documents. And you could see all these things, all the benefits the citizens have. Residents almost have the same rights and opportunities, but then with refugees or asylums, they don't have that much access. And then boom, it drops down like a big heavy rock. And DACA is not a legal status. And without documents, yes, the right is for public school is there. And so there's 4 different forms. Why don't they apply? There's only 4 ways to get papers: family, employment, good luck. So in case that you get there's like a raffle. It does not apply for certain countries. The Central America doesn't apply for that. And bad luck. It's the one that come here and look for asylum or refugees or victims of a crime. And the police in this county help a lot these people that have been victims from a crime. And this is another graph that how long does it take to get papers, documents through family or work. This graphic also, it's again the emphasis, like it takes a long time if you even have a way to get those documents. Even if you have a way to get them, it takes a long time. And this is just to get just one type of status, not the citizenship. Nobody goes from undocumented to citizen. No, you don't do that. So you come without undocumented, and then you apply for your residence. And after you're eligible, you have to be resident for 5 years, and then you have to request the citizenship. And in order to be eligible or to apply for the citizenship, you have to be 18 years old, and you have to be 5 years. You have to 5 years being permanent resident, English, history test, civics. This Monday is gonna be expanded. It's going to be 128 questions, from 100 to 128. Before, the people could still just answer 6 questions in order to be able to pass that test. Starting Monday, so whoever applies for citizenship after Monday, they're going to have to answer 12 questions correctly in order to get their citizenship. And that's only one way. They're just making it harder. Expanding the people, get them out, getting a lot of people out of the process. And we're also looking at this administration is focused on the good moral character. The Department of Security gave a memorandum that it's not enough to be that there's no criminal record. that we paid our taxes. That's not enough. So you have to show even more. What have you provide to the community? So maybe coming to this type of meetings, being a volunteer, helping the schools, maybe the technician from football and sports, or Michael. So we have to prove in order to get our citizenship even more. Having a clean record is not enough. So again, we see how everything is working out. So somebody works and have kids in the house, and then on the top of that, you have to volunteer, you have to do things. It's a lot. So it's very important as a city to understand there are different type of laws and different levels in the laws. So it's a country, a federal country, which means we have local laws, city of Fillmore, and then the county of Ventura, and then the state of California, and then the federal government, and each in their own field. So the city of Fillmore, I wish they cannot just give citizenship to everybody. But the federal government is not in charge of fixing the park right here outside. No, the park belongs to the city, or the Boys and Girls is from Fillmore, and sheriff is from the county, the Ventura County, all the cities in the county. The state of California, that's the government under Newsom. The same thing we have to understand whenever we're talking about the law. Who is arresting the people? Who is taking the people to the detentions? It's ICE. And those are federal police. And if we don't like their work, their work, we have to complain to the federal governors, because those are the ones that control the ICE. The police in this area, they don't control ICE, and it's very difficult for them to intervene in the job and what ICE is doing, because they are local and ICE is federal, and they have the power, and that's how the system is set. So we have to find ways that our local police they have to be on our side and to defend us, to protect us, and to respect the law. That if somebody comes, a federal authority comes, they rule. So this is what we're doing. So this is very difficult for our city. This is very difficult for our county. We've been trying how to resolve this with our local police, with the county. It's very difficult. There's a law. It's called the sanctuary law. We are not a sanctuary state. The other day, I was talking in a church. That's a sanctuary because nobody asks for anything. We are there, and we are a God's son, and we are at home without questions. What are you? Who are you? What do you need? What do you want? Are you going to help us? Are you not going to help us? And at church, well, sometimes at church do that too. They put you to work, but allegedly, it's a comfortable place. It's a safe place where they don't ask you for anything. But California is not a sanctuary because here, Texas, and here you have to respect the law. It's not like, oh yeah, you're here, I could just rob a bank. Nobody's gonna arrest me. It's a sanctuary state. No. And yes, we will be arrested, and they will enforce the law. And we have to be aware that we don't have those rights. And those rights that we do have is SB 54, SB 54 to protect the people. That is just barely organizing, getting out there, protesting, asking the leaderships, leaders to talk to the legislations, and it doesn't rain. You know, things happen because people vote. People go out there and keep asking for things. So everybody needs to know that you have rights. I have the red cards here. Everyone, we all have the right to remain silent. We have the right to speak. There's going to be a manifestation this Saturday in the government, and we could all go out and express. We have the right. It's the First Amendment in the Constitution. And also, and you also need to know that under this administration, this president, when we said that the churches are sanctuaries, this president, there's not the churches, not the clinics, not the churches are safe. The eyes could go in any place. So I ask you, please, to any institution, school, city that you have a building, every institution, every business, even the ranches that are up on the open, that's not a public place, it's a private property. So each of us, each of you need to know how to keep people safe. The library or this market or the public schools, how are we going to know if somebody comes without invitation to our place? How are we going to defend us in case somebody comes without being invited? So that we have the right to stop them, whoever does not have the right to come in, even if they are federal officials. And the places they should put out their information where the public areas are. This is a public area right here. But the office, do they have offices here? Yeah, there are offices. So there are offices here. The mayor has offices. That little office is hers. It's private. Not everyone could just go in and say, "Excuse me." No, you can't go in. So there are offices here that are private. So the officers, they can just come in and go in places, and we need to be aware which ones are those places. So we all have the rights, and have to we have to believe that we have those rights. We have to know that we have the rights. I have my card. I have my cards, and I'm gonna defend myself with these cards. No, 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 no. I need to know that I have these rights. I'm a human being, and I have these rights. But I do have to exercise my rights. The city need to understand what their rights are and help the city, the residents. The budget, about 17,000 people that live here in Fillmore. 11 millions is the budget, and I think the city need to help the community the way they can. And there's a lot of cities around the county that are giving money for the attorneys, immigration help, people that lose a family member because of detention, being detained, food, clothing. There are agencies, there are organizations that could help, that are getting that type of help. And this over here in this screen, these are the agencies that provide help: immigration, legal help. Everyone is on Oxnard, me, Mariposa, and Ventura. But if we go to one of these immigration agencies that is not in the center of Oxnard, that is not an agency. Not, so, unfortunately, there's not a lot of places in Peru and Santa Paula, but we're working. Mm, we're gonna try to open more offices to provide services with dignity and respect and without charges. And we have in Oxnard College, October 26th, and we are here once a month. I mean, not here, but there. At the end, so over there on the other side. Many times we have a van, but people don't want to get on the van. I don't know why they don't want to get on the van. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Yeah, I know. I know. It's a little scary. So whenever we could realize this project to have a van and bring the people to Oxnard College to help, to get legal help. To apply for citizenship, to renew DACA, renew there's several social services, the union, Proyecto Mixteco is there. There's so many organizations to benefit the community. they come here to to look for volunteers and provide the help and to collaborate how to solve the problems in the community. I'm sorry that I'm rushed through it. Thank you so much for the invitation, and I will be here if you have any questions. Thank you. Thank you, Vanessa. Does anybody have any questions for Vanessa? I would like to I would like to know if there's a phone number to get more information. If a person wants to have this information, yes, that's a great question. So 211 is I would start 211. They're doing a great job. Uh, just dial 211, and they are connected with a lot of organizations. And this number, the 805 870 8855, that's the other number that we could also call for alerts. And if you have a need or somebody is detained, you could dial that number. And we have people. I'm not answering that call, but somebody is detained. They call me and other immigration lawyers, and we find a way to help the family, whether it's financially or legal representation. So 211, I understand that they have to investigate names and all that information. And a lot of people don't want to answer those questions. So maybe the direct number, it would be easier. Yeah, that's all. Yeah. See, we try to this number, the 870 8855. Sometimes we ask less questions, but whenever it's somebody detained, we have to ask, where is he coming from? What is the birth date? All these questions need to, in order we have the funds, and we in our net and rapid response hotline, these organizations that they help in many aspects in life. So if you dial the number, you could connect with a lot of resources. Okay, so we're gonna have information, the 211 information later on. If you have any questions for them, we have time for one more question. Thank you so much. I know with this red card that you are providing people, I think it's the fourth or fifth amendment. So, for instance, the ICE agents respect if we say I have my rights, because we've had experiences with some people that they know what happens if they don't respect. So in that sense, I would like to know what the best way could be to communicate the community that they need to act in a way, in a different way, not only to not only because of their rights, but in your experience, what is it that you recommend for that person to do? Well, we are democracy. So if we have a country abiding by the law, if to say that they're not abiding by the law, so it's if we don't feel that support for the law, then it's the violence. That's why we have a system of law, and I say that we need to rely on the law. But well, philosophically speaking, but again, this red card is not like, wow, magic. ICE is gonna disappear. No, no, it doesn't have any magic. It's just a reminder, and it has the information in English in case that you can't speak at the moment, that you get stuck at the moment, that you don't want to speak or can't speak. But what is it going to be good for? It's not going to be good because I'm not going to be detained. No, if they're going to detain you, they will detain you. If they're going to go in your house, they're going to go in your house. So the fact that they have an order, well, So, because if they have a probably cause to come in, they don't need the order. So it's a little more complicated than what it looks. But as a lawyer, as attorney, and I've lived it for 20 years, the less information we provide to the officers, the more I could help you as a lawyer. You will be detained. That's what's gonna happen. But the only thing you're gonna know is your name. Not that you're gonna say, "Oh, well, I was gonna do my papers, but then my wife, and then I couldn't do this, and the money, but they were gonna take us out of the house, but you didn't do the damage to the floor." And no, 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 no. No, that's a lot of information right there. So it's better to just say, "My name is, and I want my phone call," and then you need to call your person of trust, not your lawyer, because I'm here, and all my clients, if they call me, good luck. So they need to call the person that you trust, and then that person is gonna call the lawyer, and then we're gonna get together. We're gonna say what are we gonna say, what is the process we're gonna do, what documents are we gonna present, or do we have to see the judge? So there's that buys time in order to have strategies to answer to everything that is happening. Okay, so we are here to learn. So a suggestion, a recommendation, a suggestion. So, what would you suggest if the person is detained? To react or become? Because that's what we need to inform the people, because we've seen so much happening. Well, I'm sorry, I'm pointing to the officer. Well, look at him. Well, he looks calm, but they have they have tasers, they have a gun, and I don't know. I have people that are friends that are bigger, like really, and so it's not only one ICE agent, and there's a lot of them, and no. So to be able to stay safe and live to fight another day, my name is, and I want my phone call, and then go, and that's what I say. There's more funds for lawyers and other benefits to help the community, because they're gonna detain, yes, and they're gonna be detaining even more because of the the money that was approved. This is gonna happen, but the president passed the money, the money that they're gonna be receiving. But if we start fighting, it's just gonna be bad. It's just gonna be like that. And as a movement, what we're looking for is democracy, abiding by the law. So maybe the police have no rights to detain me. I have the right to defend me myself, and then we need to play the game like that. But thank you. Okay, I'm gonna leave this here. Thank you, Vanessa. And if you have more questions for Vanessa, you could connect with her directly. And we also have the lawyer, the city lawyer, and if you have any questions. So we're gonna continue with a presentation from Proyecto Mixteco,
Viene la sesión comunitaria. Yo quiero presentar
and
a Jorge Toledo,
Jorge
gerente de
Toledo
organización
is gonna be
comunitaria,
here.
y Juvenal Solano, director de organización comunitaria. Pase el micrófono.
Good afternoon. I'm so sorry. I've been calling you Oscar. I'm sorry. It's Angel. So we work for the organization MyCop, and we are stationed in Oxnard, and we're also covering all these areas like Fillmore, Pyro, and other places. And we have offices in Santa Maria and another office in Paso Robles. And with everything that has been happening we are very concerned um, about the rights of the workers, especially in the fields. So the recent raids that happened, especially on July 10, that a lot of these workers couldn't uh, couldn't get their checks because they were deported and they were detained, or they were picked up. So we have been in communication with the offices from the government, the labor commissioner office, and just to make sure that the family members get the checks, and if they're in their countries already. So that's something that we are doing right now, and to ensure that all the workers know their rights, because there are people, so employers, that they take advantage of the situation. Not all of them, and I want to make sure to say that clearly. But they are threatening some people. Oh, so you didn't pay me my whole day, or I'm not getting my sick days, my paid sick days. So what they do is to just scare them, to say that they're gonna call the sheriff or the migra. So we want to make sure that all the workers, it doesn't matter if they have documents or no documents, under the state laws, they are protected. So there are agencies, government agencies that protect them. So the workers need to know their rights and to exercise those rights. Just like Vanessa said, we have rights, but if we do not exercise our rights, they will just gonna be there on the books, and they're not gonna be in effect. So it's very important to know the rights and to exercise these rights. So that's what we're doing in our organization. So there's a lot of programs. It's about 20 programs that we have, and one of them is the work that we do is labor justice program, and to ensure that the workers get their payments, that the workers have clean bathrooms, that the workers to exercise the right, that they have good working conditions. So that's what we're trying to do with this program. We also have other kind of programs, and another one that is called taking care of the community. And this is a space where the community could go, and it's to just get healthy, their soul, get help with the soul. People in the community that just work, temescal. Those are like vapor bath, herbs, medicinal herbs. Everything is happening right now. Is affecting not only economically but emotionally. For example, about 2 days ago, uh, immigration agents were in some of the apartments, in a school in Oxnard, and I went to pick up my girls in the afternoon, and one of them was 7 years old, and the older one said, "Dad," so they were taking the kids. They were crying the kids earlier, and my daughter was crying, and I said, "Why?" Well, immigration was around in the apartments, and then I asked my daughter, "And why were you crying?" Well, I was crying for you, for my grandparents, and the other kids were crying for their parents. So everything that is happening right now, it's not normal, and we're gonna be in a mistake if we don't organize. So same thing what happens with the pandemic. It was not normal, but we said, okay, this is a new normal. We're not gonna stay like that, just like that. We're not gonna say this is the new normal. We could make changes. So I just want to share this because this is what's happening. And just to let you know that we are here as an organization, we do what we can, and just like the attorney, the Vanessa, we are the community. And we have that responsibility. Our work out there. But at the end, that's what we are, the community. As a community, we need to support each other. We need to be there for each other to help each other out. Because at the end of the day, we depend we depend on each other. So Ventura County, just like Vanessa, the attorney, I've known her for. I always talk about refer to her because I've known her for 11, 12 years. So the Ventura County, it's a lot of agriculture in here. Each year, the economy, it's 2 billion, 2,000 millions. There are brothers, field workers, our indigenous people, because most of the people that work in the fields, they are indigenous people, and there's a lot of the people here, and we have to ensure that they know their rights. You have to make sure that they know the rights, and whatever information they need, they could contact us. And because, can you give me your card, because I don't know I know my number, but 483 1166. But we have 0805 247 1188. 805 247 1188. And so you could call us, you could visit us in Oxnard, and to know more about your rights. And I'm gonna stop here, so that way my partner here has the time to talk about what the work that he's doing. Um, we have been supporting the community, and after what happened in Glass House, and a lot of the community, they call us even from Santa Paula. Even before that, we've been supporting whatever we can. And organization receives a lot of donations, food, and we've been helping in the Glass House with a pantry to the people that were affected, and Juvenal here, and we've been collaborating together. We have a list that we have been shared between us three, and the commissioner office also shared a list about the people the the people that were working in the office, that they have the checks, and they ask for support if we know the people. So I have my cards here. If you know anyone they haven't received the check, please contact us. And there's going to be a series of questions, the commissioner, to make sure that the check is going to go to that person if they're in Mexico. So they're going to have some kind of Zoom call, and that's what we are trying to do as an organization, supporting the community. Like Juvenal said, and various people from here, we have a lot of work to do, and we've done a lot. And luckily they've been looking at us and the agencies, the government agencies, and then they say, okay, we need this, we need support, and that. So this is good that we've been supporting and our community. It was very hard, and just as like Jovenal said, what is it how could we explain the kids, a child that is by themselves? It's just it's so hard to understand this. And when it comes to us, we are united, we're trying to support. And we also had to say we didn't have funds for this case, but in the future we're gonna try to see if we could get more funds, and that's what we're trying to do with the community. And we visit the homes and talk about the immigration, the rights, and we come to this type of events, and we also have another meetings happening. So our community, as a matter of fact, in our Oxnard, they're doing a training, and we also had the chance to, like in Santa Paula, Pyro, Fillmore, we go to them instead of they have to come far away. So they have the opportunity to learn about all these rights and these trainings. Okay, thank you, Micah. Does anybody have any questions for Micah? Okay, thank you, Micah. And I would like to present
Martínez Bravo, directora
Dr.
ejecutiva de Friends of Field Workers. Pasa, Martita. Gracias.
Dr. Martita. This is the presentation by Friends of Field Workers. Thank you very much, Angel, and the city of Fillmore. Thank you very much, Vanessa and Micah, for all the work and all the organizations they are supporting our community. Like Angel mentioned, my name is Dr. Martita Martinez, and I'm executive. I'm executive from Friends of Field Workers. How many agriculture workers are in Ventura County? And you can't answer because you already know. Do you know approximately how many? 42,000 agriculture workers. So $2 billion of the community, the economy. So if there's other people that don't care about immigrants, if they care about the economy, so so an attack to the agriculture workers is an attack to the community. So this is not lucrative. Our mission is to help the field workers in Ventura, support them, and a little bit of the history from our founders. Our organization was founded by Dr. Ted Lucas, and it was a response of fire departments in Oxnard in 2013. From then on, that's when the organization started. So it was incorporated in 2015. I was a volunteer, and recently I work as executive director now. So something interesting in the city of Oxnard. So the rate of fires, domestic fires, according to the statistics, the recent data, it's 5 times more than in the state of California. So that's why the organizations like UFW, the Union, Red Cross, and the firefighters in Oxnard, we did a collaboration to install smoke detectors where the majority of the people are field agriculture workers. So thank you, Roman, and everyone. Thank you for helping us save lives. Our team. Where is your office? Where is your? Is something big? Literally, it's 2 employees. So we are an organization very small, but powerful because we do it with a lot of love. We have about 200 volunteers, and we always have people helping out, and we are expanding to try to provide services to all 42,000 agriculture workers. Our director of programs is Christine, is the other person that helps us with the programs. And I skipped it, but what I was gonna say about the picture, the last picture, is this job is so close to my heart because my dad was an agriculture worker. So I remember when he was working on Saturdays, and I would say, Dad, why do you have to work? Today's Saturday, it's raining. And then he said, because I want you not to have to work like this. So our board our board is a lot of volunteers are part of the board too. This is a very it's very delicate what we do. It's very sensitive, and everybody does it with so much love. And besides that, we also have people on our board that represent the community. And our president, Candy, she was a field worker, and another member of the board, Carolina Guillen, she was also a field worker, and she worked since she was a child, and now she is the she's owner of property management. So we are very proud of our team. We have so many programs, central programs that we do it every year. It's a laundry program where we offer the laundry so that way they could wash their clothes free. We're expanding. So recently we have this program in Oxnard and also in El Rio, with more funds and more volunteers. So we're trying to expand to Santa Paula and Fillmore. We also have scholarship for the students, emergency funds, visits to the fields, baby love, and we also have programs that are seasonal. So we have a program, the Christmas program, uh, the backpack distributions. We also gather booths for work, and also baskets for Easter, Christmas, and also turkey dinners. And now I am getting funds for Halloween because we do celebrate our workers, our field workers. So how many people, field workers, are here? Thank you. Thank you so much for everything that you do. Sadly, we used to have a strategy of what we needed to do with our organization. So unfortunately, now we have the rates, the immigration rates, and we have to respond in a appropriate way to respond to the trauma from so many families. And what I initiated is emergency fund that was detained for due to the raids. So these families, they were detained, the families from the glass house. So we know there is more than 300 families that were affected. So we have approximately 300 families that were affected. So unfortunately, it's just so sad. The trauma, it is not necessary, but unfortunately, this government, it's causing. So for these families, a lot of times we are the first organization which they connect. We go to their homes, we listen to their stories. They are just so sad. And we're always going to give them some kind of help, financial help, or give them a check, and we give them food, warm meals, essential supplies, and we're also have distributed essential items. But we wouldn't be able to do this without the collaboration from so many other organizations in order to do the things that we do. So what we started and we're focusing on, and I think the union is going to talk about that, is the packages, the preparedness packages. We also participated in resources for the field workers and legal forums too. And a little bit about the laundry love. It's a national program, and we receive a green soap, and the workers could come and wash their clothes. In Oxnard, we have a program for the kids. The kids, all the family could come, and we could help them to pay for this type of service. We also have the funds, the emergency funds. A lot of times the families they're going through a crazy emergency, uh, like this baby they just recently died of cancer. That is very common in this community. So we offer financial help to help them during these difficult times. So our fund, emergency funds, it's not, there's not only, we have one special one for people that were detained and affected through the raids, but also we have other funds for families in emergencies. And we also have scholarships for the students. And we just gave away, and the next year is going to start again. So you could contact us about that. So, like I mentioned before, and Alex is a person that his parents work as agriculture workers, and he is on our board. And he took the initiative to collect new boots, and we got we did a fundraise. We fundraised, and we gave thousands of dollars to a lot of workers, so they could receive new boots. And we also have the backpack distribution, like I mentioned before. And this is in Oxnard, but we're always doing the different fundraisings to help everyone. The Christmas program, what we do is that we have a partnership with the school districts. So in Fillmore, we have a contract, and whenever there's a family that they choose, that they're going through very difficult time or crisis, emergencies, so they recommend those families so they could be adopted, and these families are the ones that receive the Christmas for Christmas from our donors. And these are some pictures here from the parties that we have for these kids. And the program that is called the Baby Love. And every time we receive information about a family that is going through difficult times, if they have the babies, we connect them so they could receive diapers. We know that the diapers are expensive. And also what we done is to get more a closer relationship with different ranches, and we go to the fields and we provide lunches and provide food. So we do this in the whole county. So all this work we wouldn't be able to do. These are only a few of our partnership and sponsors that we have. House Farm Workers, UFW, Patagonia, Cal Lutheran University. There's so many of these partners that we have that I would need pages and pages to show all the work that we do. It's just us, two employees, so we do this with all this collaboration from everyone. Now I'm gonna stop and for questions. Actually, I could do this now. Could you please go on our website? I know it's in English, but this is my phone number. If you have any questions, you could call or you could send a text, and we will answer. It's 805-399-0030. And we're always here distributing food. And also, if they're interested in programs like scholarships, financial help, or if you're eligible for one of the crises, we could also help you. So if you have any questions at this moment, I could answer for you. Thank you, Dr. Martita. Anybody has any questions? And I will be here. If we receive this type of help, this is not me as a lawyer. Is this gonna affect me if I get help? Is this gonna affect me in order to get my documents? If I receive help from the field workers, as far as I know, it's a no. But that is a very important question, because a lot of people. Also, there were workers that were affected through the raids. They were so scared. They didn't even want to communicate with us to receive help. So one thing important to know, that we do not share our information with anyone, not with any organizations, without the client's authorization. We do not receive any federal funds. We do not need to report this federally. Everything is private, and we keep your privacy as much as we can in our organization. Thank you, Vanessa. Yes, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Ezequiel, and how often do you visit the fields, the workers? Thank you, Ezequiel, for your question. We were doing it more often before. Now our focus it has shifted. So instead of we have this partnership with writers where their employees we send a lot of donations, and they're helping us to give that out to the workers. So if you and your ranch are interested, we're always open to visit you. So you could call me to this number and you let me. We're interested, and then we will contact your boss. And this has been hard because initially nobody wanted us to be in their fields, so they always say, oh, they were gonna have another agenda or something else. But our one purpose is support, help, and be there for the workers. I have a question. Just curiosity. For instance, all the resources that is been sent to the ranches, they don't keep like they don't take the credit, like they're the ones offering, because that happens where they make people feel like they're given like an incentive. They're trying to say like they're the ones an incentive, so that way they don't protest or they don't say anything. I don't know if you receive the credit for what you're providing. That's just my question. That's a great question. So typically when we go to the ranches, we do a presentation, like we introduce ourselves, who's providing these benefits or this food. Now, if they want to do their own story, I haven't heard any of that, and no workers have came back to me and tell me that. But yeah, we normally introduce ourselves and say who we are. Yeah, because of all the work that you do, and then some other people are gonna take credit for what you do. Yeah, it is a benefit for them. It is a benefit for them to have this type of support. Okay, so we have time for a question here. So I want to ask where in Santa Paula you have the office, or here in Fillmore, because there's a lot of people that don't know, like, so that way I could just let them know where to go. Yeah, thank you very much. We don't have an office. I work from my house and on the fields. So we're going to the homes, we're going to the fields, but we have a partnership with Poder Popular, and we have sent a lot of our donors to come and bring the food and financial help and scholarships and Christmas help. We do help this community. So if you need or if you want to send information, you could give them the number, and then they could connect. So to the moms, for example, they just had a baby, or they're pregnant and they can't work because they could be exposed to the pesticides. So we also consider them as family in emergency, and we provide financial help, and we'll connect with diapers and clothing and things like that. Thank you. Thank you, doctor. Now I would like to present Roman from United Farm Workers. Good evening. Thank you all for participating here. This is a very important information and urgent information that we need. Would like to recognize my friend Martita, the job that she does. A year ago, that's when we met. And we met in a tragedy. In September 7, a field worker died due to insulation here. We didn't meet in those moments, but Martita was already providing uh, her presence and all her care, compassion to the family in need. So we were investigating. So we knew the name of the person, the employer, and we started talking to the people that were in touch with us, and we started finding out witnesses. And what the witnesses said is that the hardest day in the whole year in Oxnard, that day, Oscar was sick because of the heat, and he was trying to find shadow, a little bit of shade, a little bit of shade under a tractor. And so the employer did not comply with the training that is necessary to provide to the workers those type of environments. And Oscar died the following day. And at those moments, we had a proposal to protect the workers like Oscar. On the desk of the governor of California, and finally it was signed. So the law that we were asking, as the presumption that the incident was due to the heat, and it's a concept of protection that's already there. Now the firefighters have it. If they get hurt, it's because of the heat, because of the risk of the job, and and workers' comp is going to cover this. That's how it works. That's incentive motivation to protect the workers in those times. The governor didn't. It was denied. And then what did we do this year? We presented again. But this is the union of where we have the saying, "Si se puede." Yes, we can. Yes, you can. It's a matter of time, and support, participation, and growth to be able to get the protection that we believe we need in this county, in this valley, the Rio Santa Clara, and also like the example of last year in Oxnard. So it was a place close to the beach. Even at those times, there are days of high temperatures, not only in Fresno or other places. Even here, we have that danger and the risk. So I just wanted to share that information. That's when I met Martita, and from then on, we've been together protecting our community, and we continue moving forward. And I wanted to start with that example because the laws that exist, we could change them. We need to change them. The officials that are affecting us, they're from now, and we have the ability of cause and impact who represents us and what the laws will be. And that's what Cesar Chavez showed us and taught us. This is the industry that when it started in this country, the field workers legally, they would work under the slavery system. It was allowed. And then when this country started getting the rights and laws for the workers, they denied it for the field workers. When all the country overtime after 8 hours for the family and 8 hours it was denied the field workers. So when we won protections, OSHA, the field workers were denied. Pesticides, we're just gonna find something different, so we don't have to worry as much of the field workers. So this is the story of this country, and the times that Cesar Chavez started. Not only we have to start the union to protect in the fields, but also to have an impact as a nation. So yesterday, this is a summary of my day with the meetings and the visits with the field workers, just one day. I spoke to one worker that showed me a check, very clear that he was getting taxes still is. So he worked and then he got different money, and then in another check he was not getting paid overtime. Saturday and Sunday the check says clearly that he is not getting paid overtime. And I also talked to workers that when they came to the work areas, and he wanted to go to his house to be with his kids, and the employer, he was laughing, so the tactic, the lack of respect, that happened in their area. And then I also spoke to another person that they don't expect any raise of increase in their pay. The cost is getting higher. Everything not going down. Everything is going up, but not the hourly salaries. And all this explanation I'm telling you, this industry, when the statistics show that about the agriculture, so we are gonna be in 60 billion. So when we fight for the law, for the installation, any law, so the ranchers always say, "Oh, poor us, we don't make money." But every year they go up and up and up. And for the first time, we expect with all this data and information in the industry, $60 billion. This is what they're going to be doing. So the union, field workers, we have to have a plan. So whenever they steal my boxes, we have to have a plan. When we have a person in charge that doesn't communicate with us well, we have to plan in order to get an increase of salary, and to have officials that really gonna serve us. That's what a union does. So these days, there are workers here in California, in Ventura. They have 3 weeks paid vacation to be with their family, and they get paid. It's just like that should be normal. And there are examples here in this county. So the workers' day, Labor Day. So the field workers need to receive that day paid. Why don't they? And I only know these workers that Christmas is coming and Thanksgiving is coming. Thanksgiving, when we celebrate the harvest. So they need to rest. And the only way is fighting for a union. So these days we have good examples that the union, the field workers union, just like any other union, they're more respected. They get more paid. They get paid more, and that's the way it should be. So I shared this with you because we have to have a plan in the industry. So we have to have a plan, a family plan these days. And every time when I look in the internet, we have about these days that we've been having this administration, and till 1,171 days of danger with this administration. And this plan takes, in my family plan, everything that I have here in my head, where do I work? Because a lot of people work in different places to pick up the check. Where does Mama work? So we could have that in a family plan. Emergency contacts. A lot of reports when they're detained, they have their phone. It's not enough to have the emergency contacts there. If my daughter needs my uncle's, so we have to put that in the family plan. Another colleague said, if they get detained, well, I hope not, but I hope it doesn't happen when she has her testings in high school. we have to have the information how to pay for the internet. Well, there's a tragedy where somebody's detained. That way, she could continue with her dream, and just have a plan. A plan is flexible. After Glass House, a lot of workers, well, we suggest this, and now make a copy of your car key. It's $10. So when they came, they started charging $200 that day. And this is a suggestion from a worker. They just get a copy of their key and just put it in their family plan. So it's basic information that we suggest these days. And also, there's preparedness. Friends like Vanessa, they suggest in these moments. So if you have minors, California State, how do you say it? Do you have we have um, the affidavit, the affidavit care. So we include it here. The second one is we there's not a lot. It's too expensive. There's not a lot of homeowners. It's too expensive. And maybe a financial letter that it's gonna help to have the flexibility. And the third, a suggestion from Vanessa, from our experience, what we've seen, the detained, they go to Camarillo, in 20 minutes, they're already going to Texas, San Diego, Louisiana. And that paper is G28. It's like the key for friends like Vanessa. So how can you sign that if you are going from here to there? So the suggestion is pre-fill that with the signature. If we need it, or Vanessa or any other lawyer could get it, there are advantages by having the paper and have that. So we are inviting people to consider this plan. We want to collaborate with the community. And the way we suggest to do this and to get your community, we give you this, and then the on October 25th, we are preparing volunteers. And our rancher, I'm not gonna say the name, but there's a rancher that wants to protect the people. He's gonna rent a place, a venue in Moorpark, where the people are gonna come and receive help. So to finalize the documents and all the packages, the kits and the letters, the power of attorney if you want, the G28 if they want. So workers have been telling me, I don't drive my car without insurance because it's dangerous. And having a family plan these days, I feel safer. So I have something ready in case something happens. So this is a way to start a relation with the field workers. Now, if you still want to see how to change the laws, like the insulation, like the van that was mentioned, we could also take it to Bakersfield to get one of Trump's friends. But you're the union. We're the union. We know how to fight in order to do this type of things. And so if you want to take advantage of this event of the 25th October in Moorpark, it's through all the curves, but you could get there. You probably know it better than me. It's a good opportunity. And we could also have an event here later on. I would love to partnership with you. Thank you very much. A question: if anybody would like to connect with you through Facebook, the field workers, we respond. And there's another page. Does anybody have any question? So after you sign the G28, do I have to hire? Do I have a hire in case I get detained? Or what is that G28? Is to hire an attorney? No, it's to have this signature in case you need to hire a lawyer. And who keeps the who keeps that the page? This is example. And they tell me that they put it on the fridge and under the pillow, whatever you want. The family keeps it. So, but they need to know that they have that available. I have a question. 'Cause The he, both of them have green cards. So now that person is in Mexico and he can't come back. So she is living. That they have to work 10 hours every single day for the month without money. So then I was in the house with her, showing her how much she should be gaining for that. And he saw me there sitting, and next day he brought it to the bank. He gave money, but never what he really owes. And, and she's afraid to go anywhere else because so what can she do? Say they should call us. I apologize. I was not able to hear exactly everything that was said. So they could call us, and there are certain laws that they have the rights, the property rights. Uh, Sometimes the laws are good, but there are other ways that, for example, so what I think is that the so if there's somebody like another worker, another family, if there are two, I recognize it's like a mini union. So the two or more with the rancher or the owner, and they say, "Hey, this is what we want. Hey, this is the moment to understand what's going on." So now it's it's now it goes into the law. When it's two or more protest, and they have more protections under the agriculture law. Even with more people, that's the way we could guide. We inform what the rights are, we revise them, and we also find other ways how to use the strategies. And if they're here from Fillmore, maybe the mayor could call, send a letter, give us a time. So these are the ways we think, and yes, we could help you with. We could help with that. One more question.
Okay, para una persona, campesino o que trabaja en construcción,
And
viendo
for people that are listening to this workshop and they want to create a plan, a family plan, the papers,
no puede ir a un lugar,
uh,
evento para hacerlo,
the I don't know where are these papers? Is there a video, a tutorial, YouTube? Where where can they get this information? The paperwork to fill out. So where? That's a number one. And if they need help,
y yo sé que hay los notarios que
I know there are the notary.
puedo llenarlo
I know that we could inform about everything that is needed. Please respond. What is it? What does a person can do? So I think that this package, basically, it's a copy of our friends ELSS. It's a coalition lawyers, and they provide the help. and they put the practice, and they provide these documents. I think in our page it's included too. I have to make sure that it's there. So we don't promote this type of events for logical reasons. So we do it. That's why we do it in this type of ways. So if anybody collaborate, or if somebody's listening in YouTube or through social media, we invite you to go to the page United Farms Workers, and you could send us a page. And there's another one. There's so many pages, and we also could respond and connect you. So we could send this via email if they need us to send it. And it doesn't need to be notarized. So 99% no. In Bakersfield and other areas where it's different, people, they're not asking for the power of attorney like here. So I don't know, but here it's something that we presented. Yes, I want that. So the power of attorney is that one does need to be notarized. But you don't suggest to go to notarized. This is free. This is in the internet. Just call us. And this is something that you could just provide, give, and help in this moment. Thank you. Okay, I would like to present. I would like to Sulet Lucero. She's a volunteer by Poder Popular. My name is Sulet. I think other people know me. I work with Causa. Vanessa, just like Vanessa says, it's very important to be a volunteer. And I've been a volunteer with Poder Popular since 2017 or 2018. And I talk a little bit about the Poder Popular. And as a field workers, those are the ones that we help the most. It's in Santa Paula, and we are on Mill Street. And the phone number is 805-317-1836. And our mission is to help and support and inform the quality of life for my families and our community, to preserve our traditions, our culture, and to know their rights and make changes, social changes for a community. That's a little bit of the work that we do. My dad is a field worker, and I know how hard it is. And I know that a little bit how to navigate the legal system, the lawyers, immigration. So with the little experience that I have, I would like to help. And with Roman, I helped a lot from them, from Martita, from Vanessa. I like to help and share all this information that I've been collecting with the work that I do. So one thing that we are doing very often is the help with resources to pay bills like water, gas, electricity, rent. So we partnership with a few workers. We also have diapers. We also have a donation of formula. I think like $50,000 we got of formula for babies. So those type of donations are from people. I know that Vanessa asked about if I receive this donation, does it affect me? No, it's a humanitarian donation. We don't ask. Anybody that could receive. And what we are noticing lately is the food. The food is something that is basic. It's part of our culture. My grandpa used to say, if there's food in my home, how could others don't have food? So we're fundraising these donations, private donors. We've been noticing. I was telling Angel that over 50 people came to ask for food in Santa Paula, and that is every Tuesday, every Thursday, and the majority of people are from Fillmore, Pyro, and Santa Paula, and we're getting a lot of people from Oxnard. What we're noticing lately is that before we used to have two people working, and now we have one person working, so it got reduced, and that's why we're providing. If anybody wants, the office is open from Monday through Friday from 10 to 5 p.m. about, sometimes depending on the volunteers, because we're all volunteers. You could come and you could get food. We have a little bit of everything. And also on Thursdays at 2 p.m., every Thursday at 2 p.m., you could come and receive food that is part of the program. And this is just a little bit of the things that we do. We have donations to help for the rent, and we have a program. We are following the field workers. The idea, $500 depending on the people that donate. Sometimes there are people to help to pay for immigration lawyer, and you can come. You could. I'm gonna provide the flyers for whoever is interested. And yes, it's Poder Populares in Santa Paula for over 20 years. Maria Jimenez, she's the founder of the program. Her mission is to see that all the people be leaders in your community, volunteer, people that come to get help, and then they start helping too. And then Maria doesn't let us go, right, Maria? So it's just the more we get united, is better, and that is mutual what we do. So I'm also going to share a little bit of the programs. Maria has a program, a sports program for kids and adults, and there are cultural programs, educational, and people from Fillmore and Santa Paula, they're receiving, unfortunately, due to life, or they don't know how to write, or the checks, just like Roma was saying. So we're teaching them how to read first and how to write, so that way they could read their own checks. And just that's a little bit of the things that we're doing with the community. And right now, what's going on with all the raids, we are responding to any people without asking, no migration, no status, not even the name if you don't want to. Just come, and you could get any donation or anything that you want. Does anybody have any questions?
¿Alguien tiene preguntas para Zulet?
Does anybody have any questions? Good evening. My name is Ezequiel. My question is for you. It's about the help, the rent. Who qualifies? Or who are the ones that receive help with the rent? Because there's a lot of people that are working less and they don't have enough money to pay. Like you mentioned, there's only one person, and everything is so expensive. So we had a donation with the private donors and a humanitarian help until we finish. So if anybody wants the help, I'm gonna give you the flyer so you could share that. And we don't ask for anything. Maria sometimes, can you show me your bill to show how much so give $500 for the rent. It's in general for everyone, and the focus is people that are being affected, the field workers, and also in the restaurants, because of what's going on, but it's for everyone. No, it was related to that. But for example, if people that apply for this, how many opportunities, or what is the opportunity? So is it just one time? Or because right now we're looking at how the situation is, and there are families that have four. Uh, so I understand that, do you have the experience, and they're living through the stories that families are going through. So for us, we would like to be more sensitive with people, because apparently we're like nothing is happening, but behind the scenes is just a tornado. There, yes, we do get the stories and very hard. And right now, the program, the Poder Popular, there's a person from Interface, is a therapist. So when we know that there is going through so much, come on, come this way, please. Or we're trying calling, or this person is going through so much. There are cases where they want to commit suicide because they can't pay the bill. So we provide the help depending on the scholarships or the money, the grants that we have. We could connect them, and so then you could get a check from us, and they could go to another organization. And that's what I'm trying to do. I don't know if I'm answering your question, but yes, it's been very hard. People that come to the office and they can't pay not even the bills, not even the hospital bills, and it's just yes, we're noticing that, and especially with the field workers, people that work in the restaurants. Does anybody have any other question? I don't want to have a question. When you provide the diapers, if they have a medical, how many times could you provide that? Because sometimes there are places where you could just receive one time. So we know that the kids, they're just not going to last. The diapers are not going to last. So we have two kids, and yes, I know that. No. Well, we have two programs. One with a collaboration with the field workers and private donations. So that program, you could come whenever you need diapers. We have about the families, the okay, this kid needs diapers this weeks, and we also have another program this year, and as long as we have diapers, they could come to the office. And a lot of people say that, okay, well, they told me that I don't have medical. Now, the good thing to work with volunteers and humanitarian help that we could share without asking so many questions about medical or all that information. So we also have wet napkins. We received a large donation of that, and it's included the formula, the diapers, and the wet naps, and milk for mom because they need to nurture themselves too. Thank you. Thank you, Celeste. Yeah, that's how we work here. Mhm. I would like to present Alejandra from 211. Good evening. Well, good night. Good evening, Lahana. I am a director of 211, and my information is going to be brief because people provide a lot of information. I just want to share with you that the 211, we are here in the county for 20 years, since 2005, and our job has been to provide information about the programs like it's been shared here in the community, locals that provide humanity help and medical, and we're going to continue doing that without prejudices, without questions, with no judgment. And as far as the comment earlier about asking questions, it is not a requirement. If you don't want to, don't feel comfortable, the answering, it's okay. It's not a requirement to provide the information and the help. We don't take your name, your phone number, or address, or anything like that. We don't. The questions that we ask, it is not necessary that you respond. We gladly provide the information about the programs in the community. And if you go up to our page, 211.org, and the information that we provide over the phone, and If you could dial the 111. If you want to send us text, you could also talk to our agents that way. And you could send your zip code in the message, and the number that you send it is 898-211, and the information is there in that page. And then the third way, like I said, you could also go to our website, and you're going to see all the same information that could be provided. If you feel more comfortable, or if you want to see the information we have. I know there are a lot of the programs here providing the information that we're here, and I know they're providing in their phone numbers, and I understand that there's a lot of numbers to remember, but if you don't remember for a number, you could just dial 211, send us a text, or go to the website to find that information in order to contact them. And here in our page, if you go on our page on the right hand side, you could choose the language. In this case would be Spanish, and you could enter the services information, mental health, services like to help with the rent. But if you don't know what is it that we have, if you go down, we have different categories, and we also provide the information of different programs in the community. And we also, the other thing that I want to show you in this page on the right hand side, there are resources and information about programs regarding immigration, local, statewide, and we also have that information there. Like it was mentioned, the family plan, we also have that information. All that information is there. And I'm sorry, and any person, anyone could just go up to the website and look at the information. If you just want to check it out to see what it is, please just go to the website, and you could also send us a text. You could call us. Our services are available every day, 7 days a week, 24 hours, and we have agents that speak Spanish or in English. If there's another language, I know we have a large community that speak Mixteco. We also have a service in translation service, so interpretation services, and or in order to help you. But besides that, do you have any questions for me? Thank you. Anybody have a question for 211? In your agency, is there any requirement? Because most people don't have the status. So the question is, do you ask that question? No, we don't ask. So when you dial 211, no. So we have the information from all the programs, local programs, from organizations that are here present. Once you have requirements, now we have that. We could tell you what is the requirements, and then you decide if you would like that information or not. You don't need to tell us. For example, there are programs that are like housing. They ask for Social Security. We're not going to ask you, but we will tell you, oh, here is, they're going to ask you for the Social Security, you're going to need your ID, et cetera, et cetera. And then you decide if you will use that information or contact them. But by calling 211, no. Yes, and most people that work in the fields, so it's hard to start to go on the websites and stuff. But if they call directly, I would like, or we would like, as a community, the people that receive the calls to be more sensitive to answer, because sometimes they call, they answer, but they're not very not in a good manner. I hope not with us, because if it's with us, let me know. So I think, and my name is Ezequiel, and I think the question was going that route too. So what other help? So for the field workers, it's in general for everyone, because like me before, what I do, I work with the community, I'm an activist, and what I do with people need information or need something, what I do work dial 211 and they give you the information. But yeah, sometimes they put them on hold, and then was we're just doing you're busy doing things and people don't wait. So we need to be more work with more heart to listen to others, because sometimes we're working, we're frustrated, but we also need to to lower that. Like I was asking, is this help for everyone? Uh, you don't qualify because you don't have a good social security, only for the ones that have. So I don't know if they continue to say, I don't know if it's different now, because it's been a couple of years. I directly called at one point. Thank you for your comment. I hope so that we're doing good, because we're not the ones that give the direct services, but I really hope that we are giving you the that are gonna need this. They will provide you that information. You're gonna need this document, this other document, this, and you will decide if you wanna go on and request that service or program, because sometimes and they don't, if they don't want to share, if they have documents or not documents, well, we're gonna try to tell you everything that we know about the program, and then you're gonna tell me, okay, yes, give me the number, give me the program, and I will go on, or no, I don't want that, and that would be your own decision. Thank you very much for your presentation. I want to know if you could talk a little bit more. I know there's so many services in 211, but the services, the, in Moore Park, there was a workshop during the summer, and I heard about data that more people before Gladhouse, a lot of people from Fillmore, Santa Paula, Oxnard, Porvenime, and they were making calls to 211 and for mental health for their kids. So could you tell us about this 211 could provide resources? Yes, that is one of the resources that we have in general. It's always been a resource that people would ask for help. But that, yeah, we were there. Also, my boss was there too, and she's the one that provided the information. So we had noticed the calls have been increased a lot related to mental health. And we have noticed that a lot of the people that call not for themselves, but for their kids or family members. So that is something that we are looking into it. Our agency, I am part of Interface, like it was mentioned, if they have a mental health problem. And our program, the Tuma one, we have the information of other agencies that provide help. And yes, we gladly provide that information to people. What are the requirements? And then they could decide if they would like to go or not. Thank you. Thank you to 11 from Ventura County. And lastly, I would like to present about. I would like to invite Cesoni. This is our program, the Ventura County, and basically, what we are doing is supporting the people that are working in the field and their families. And our goal is that you could have your goals met, educational goals and labor. There's three services that we provide. We help with work, and also English, learning English, and also if they wanna you go to vocational school, that's 6 to 9 months, and we provide money for that, and you don't have to pay that back. And if you need support services, we could provide it, like uh, uniforms, or if you go to vocational school, materials. We also provide with that type of help. And then we also, like I said before, not only the service is for the field workers, but this is also for the families, for the wife, for the husband, for kids 14 to 24. They could also receive the same services. And I want to be very clear. So right now, the things are going, and I said with a lot of respect, you are able to qualify. So you have to be low income. And like I said, like the things are going, not necessarily in us, not the one that require, but in order to, you need so you need to have to prove have the right to work. And what I say, because I come from a family, from immigrant families, and my dad came here to find a better opportunities. And if you don't have the rights to work, if you have kids, or if you have a wife or husband, they have the rights to work. That's the goal. The goal is that somebody in the house go on, move forward with better opportunities. So if you can't qualify yourselves, but your kids can, or your wives or husband, then we are there to serve you and serve them in case you can't, if you don't have the documents. And like I said, this is, if you have any questions, you could go to my table outside after the meeting, and you could see if you're eligible or if your family qualifies for the program. And like I mentioned before, this is a really good program. It started about March, and we are the very first program to help the field workers to get better opportunities. Does anybody have a question? We don't have a website, but I do. We have a QR code, and we are under the development. We are working on our Facebook page. We are new. We started in March, so we are working on our Facebook page. But you could come and you could see my information just to see if you're qualified for the program. When you say, so you mean like a work permit, right? Mhm. Yes, yes. In case you don't have, but you have kids that are 14 to 22, 24. So one of your family that could go on and move forward, and the works that is provided. So what areas is that provided? We have a representative. We're not an agency. We're not a staffing agency. We have a representative that goes and talks to all the jobs or works in the jobs in Ventura. So I prepare you. So I'm a counselor. So I prepare you with your curriculum, for interviews, for practices, and like I said, if you need the support services, then we prepare you with the tire for the interviews, and to get you ready for the work. So you prepare the people for the interviews. And also, I forgot to mention, in case you don't have all the skills, we have funds. It's called on-the-job training while working, and we pay half of that training, so that way you could have the skills in order to get a job. So we talk to human resources to see if that's an option, and then like I said, we give you 50% on your job training. The questions that I ask, because we are here and provide information for the community, and that way we could continue move forward with the collaborating. Yeah, this is the goal. Everybody helping each other. We all need to move forward. This is the same question that I was asking. For example, if we want to apply for a job, and I don't know, would they help with the curriculum, like for the interview too? Um, so you're asking me if we help you with the curriculum, even if you don't have your work permit. Well, in order for us to give you a service, you need to qualify for the program. One of the requirements is have the right of work. But in case you don't qualify, we are connected with many other organizations, and we could refer you to you could get to your goal. Any questions for Itzel? Thank you. Okay, thank you very much, everyone. Before I thank every participant, we would like to clap for our field workers that were here and participated today. Thank you very much to attend our program, and I would like to thank Vanessa Frank, Advocacy, Juvenal, Jorge from MICOP, Dr. Martita Martinez Bravo, the field workers, Ramon from DOW, Sule de Poder Popular, Keith Browning, de Almanza 211, Condado Ventero, Itzel, de su programa del condado from Ventura County. Thank you for all the valuable work that you do for the community. So round of applause for all the participants tonight. And I would also like to thank our staff here in Filmer that helped us. Helped us to make this possible. I hope everybody has a good night. Be safe, and thank you for being here with us tonight.